Hello and welcome to Froch on Fighting with me, Carl Froch. Right, we've got some news, haven't we? Some really bad news. I just want to give my take on it. So buckle up. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. And this episode is brought to you by Cobra Casino. Oh my God, I'm absolutely fucking devastated. Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk fight is off. Tyson Fury's gone and got himself a stupid cut. It's the same mark where he got the cut against Otto Wallin. He got caught in sparring 2 weeks before the biggest fight of his life. This is the unification, undisputed heavyweight title fight that we've been waiting for. Oleksandr Usyk, Tyson Fury in Saudi Arabia. They must have chucked some serious money at this. They must be devastated. Oh, Bricktop must be fuming. But I'm not going to gloat. I'm not going to say it. And I hate to say it as well. I am going to say it. I told you so. I didn't think the fight was going to happen. Now the fight's not happening. Now people are going to say, oh, hold on a minute, he's been cut. And he's not pulled out because he's not fit. He's not made an excuse like he's pulled his arm. Okay, fair enough, that's warranted. I'm still yet to see this cut because that looks very familiar to the old cut he got against Wallin. I want to see a fresh interview with Tyson Fury with the stitches before I'm 100% convinced. But for the sake of this video, let's just say he's definitely been cut. I've seen the dodgy clip of the left elbow going in. I don't know why the guy's throwing an elbow in a spar. But when I say I told you so, I'm not going to go back on that. I didn't think this fight was going to happen. Now, if it's a cut, okay, fair enough, it's cut, injuries can happen. But this shouldn't really happen in a fight of this magnitude when there's so much on the line. Tyson Fury is in there sparring with what I would say, like he says, or middleweight. He said Usyk's a pumped up middleweight. The guy was shorter than him, and he's having a ruckus with him. He should be keeping his sparring partners, especially 2 weeks out. He should be keeping them at distance, keeping them on the end of the jab, having distance, working on what he needs to work on when he's fighting Usyk, boxing at range and movement. And of course, the guy's going to get close to you in sparring. But as soon as the guy comes in close, do what you're going to go do against Usyk. Tie him up, get hold of the back of his head, push him down. From the clips I've seen, Fury was having a bit of a push around and a move, and he was looking sloppy and he wasn't looking sharp. And then the guy, I don't even know why the guy threw an elbow. It wasn't even a left hook. It just looked like an elbow. We never saw the cut straight after. The camera got cut off. But what I'm trying to say is, and what I am saying is, I thought the spar was very sloppy. I don't think there's any excuse for him to get cut. And you're going to say, oh, well, he's got cut and it happens. Never happened to me. Didn't happen that often to a lot of top world champions. I can go through the list from Floyd Mayweather to Canelo Alvarez, and you can go down the list to all these 10s and 20s and 30s world title fights back to back with no pullouts from injuries. It never happened to me because I used to wear a face guard. Right. I put a face guard on. Now, you might see Tyson's got these cheekbone protectors on his head guard. Close to a fight 2 weeks before, he could be putting a face guard protector on. So you've got a bar in front of your face. No elbows or sharp edges of the gloves can get through. So you mitigate getting injured. You don't get any thumbs in the eyes. You don't get an elbow on the side of the eye. Stuff doesn't get through. And that's what you should be doing. In a fight of this magnitude, you should be taking massive precaution. And so I'm blaming his trainer or himself or his team for not taking that precaution by wearing this face guard, whether you're uncomfortable wearing it or not. You sharpen up on your last couple of spars, your last couple of weeks, wear a face protector. And during the spar, don't be lazy, don't be sloppy. Robert McCracken would not let me have a sloppy round. If I had one sloppy round, I'd go back to the corner and I'd get an absolute bollock and I'd get told to sharpen up, get behind your jab. Don't do anything in sparring that you're not going to do in a fight because then you're going to pick up bad habits. And in that clip that I saw, Tyson was holding on, getting shoved around, he ended up getting elbowed. I did say that Fury is on the slide last week when I set his dad straight, because I had to set him straight. He needed something here, giving it the big one. Shut him down. Everyone's loved it. Thanks for all the comments, by the way, all the positive comments on that video. But Tyson Fury, for me, looks like a man who is definitely now on the slide. And I do have to question where he's going from here because he struggles to get that extra weight off. Although the picture I've seen of him, he does look in good shape. I'll give him that one. But he does struggle to get it off. He's 35 years old. He's slowing down. I explained in my last video, he's not throwing as many feints. He used to throw 30, 40, 50 feints per round. Now he's throwing 10. He's been down 4 times in his last 70 rounds of professional boxing. Apparently he's getting dropped in sparring. Gym rumours, how much do we take them as solid? We don't know. But he's 100% on the slide. And with this cut so close to the fight, and he's going to need a couple of months now to heal that. He's not going to be able to start sparring for at least 8 to 10 weeks. Does this fight even happen? I do have to question, does Tyson Fury, and it sounds a bit harsh and it sounds a bit over the top, but I'm being honest, I'm being serious. Does Tyson Fury even fight again following this? I'm not so sure.
So you've got to feel for Usyk now.
Absolutely. Oleksandr Usyk must be absolutely devastated. I know Team Usyk are, because they've been giving Tyson Fury some real bad stick, which I think is it's unjustified, really, giving him stick. He's been hit with an elbow. He's got a cut. Like I've said, I've got my conspiracies and some of these photographs. I'm not so sure. I want to see Tyson Fury in an interview, in a latest interview, stitched up. But Tyson Fury, Usyk being off now must devastate Usyk. And Usyk, I think, is going to end up fighting Hrgovic. Filip Hrgovic was going to fight. We talked about him fighting Anthony Joshua for the IBF title if that became vacant. So he won't be in the gym. He's a good fighter, top fighter. Is he one of the top tier best heavyweights in the world? Probably not. He's up there. I just don't think he gives Usyk a good fight. And on 2 weeks' notice, realistically, how good is this fight going to be? How big a challenge is it going to be for Usyk? Usyk will be devastated. He'll fight Hrgovic. For me, he'll beat him easy enough. He'll still get paid. But he wants to prove to Tyson Fury and the rest of the world that he is the best heavyweight on the planet. And he's not going to get that opportunity now. I feel for Tyson Fury as well. I'm a bit devastated, but I've just got my reservations. I'm not here to beat Tyson Fury up and give him stick, and it'd be easy to do that. David Haye actually pulled out with a bad cut when he was going to fight Tyson Fury, and he's been very classy on his Instagram page, giving Tyson Fury props. Haye pulled out twice. First it was his eye, bad cut. Then it was, I think he tore his rotator cuff in his shoulder and had to have an operation. He was in real bad shape. I think that was the end of David Haye until he then came back and fought Tony Bellew. Yeah, you know better than me. Fellow Scouser. But yeah, so classy from Haye, and he understands the game, so he knows what's going on. But he also he'll understand what I was saying about being cute, close to the fight, and having a safety-first approach on sparring and not taking unnecessary risks in fights of this magnitude. But I'm devastated for Tyson Fury. There's nothing we can do. Will we see Fury against Usyk? Will we see this unification fight, this undisputed heavyweight title fight? I'm not so sure. I'm devastated. But hopefully everyone can get fit and well and come back, and we'll see it in, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, realistically. How long is it going to be? I just don't know. I'm stuck for words now, which is unlike me.
It is a bad day for boxing then, isn't it?
It's a real bad day for boxing.
Yeah, it's a shame.
This is a fight that should be happening. Everyone's getting excited about it. The Saudis have got behind the sport, like they're getting behind a lot of sports. I think they call it sports washing. I read an article the other day. I think it was by Colin Hart about sports washing. I didn't fully understand it, but now I kind of get it. But I'm not going to go down that road. But they've spent a lot of money in boxing. The bigger fights are starting to look like they're happening. They're in the pipeline, aren't they? So they'll be devastated. Team Fury will be devastated. Usyk's lot are absolutely gutted. And boxing in general, as a whole, will be very, very sad, and they should be. So I'm absolutely devastated. I've just got to say, I'm really sorry for Tyson Fury, and I hope you make a speedy recovery. Get yourself fit and well and back on your feet, and I hope to see you in the ring soon. Keep that heart, keep that desire, keep the mind strong. You're a champion, and the fight with Usyk needs to happen. Usyk against Hrgovic, I think he does that. I've already said I think he wins. The better man should win, and the best man for me is Usyk. But the whole landscape's changing now. Anthony Joshua is fighting Ngannou soon, and the winner of that was supposed to fight the winner of Usyk, Tyson Fury. Now that's off. Who knows how that's going to change the future of heavyweight boxing? But what we want to see is Usyk beat Hrgovic, and we want to see Tyson Fury back in the ring with Usyk as soon as possible. But we're looking at 5, maybe even 6 months. So the whole landscape's changing. I'm devastated. And will we ever get that undisputed heavyweight title fight? I sincerely hope so. Tonight, I'm heading down the M1 to see Joshua Buatsi, Dan Azeez. Looking forward to that. Good old-fashioned, passionate British title dust-up between 2 good fighters, actually. I'm making Buatsi a slight favourite, but this fight could go either way. You can catch up my response on the verdict on TalkSport tomorrow afternoon. Really looking forward to that one. But for now, this has been me, Carl Froch, on Froch on Fighting. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time.